I have to say, Slavoj, really quick, because I want to ask you two other things about this. But
please, do it.
But what is?
Me. I need a sadomaso mistress woman. You know.
I just read the Financial Times profile of Evo Morales from a couple of days ago before the election, and it was interesting because for the Financial Times, it was quite sympathetic. And what I do like, I always appreciate that leaders like Evo and Lula, they do in fact defeat so much stereotypes and so much bullshit in our narratives just simply by their success and existence. And Evo had one point in the article where he's talking with the, and he's campaigning, they're eating pork together, he's very much a man of the people. But then he looked and he said, well, what I've learned is fiscal management is very important. He said something that sounded like a banker on the top of cutting poverty in half and earning global respect.
But again, the left, that's what I like. And don't forget another person. I know him personally. We are even kind of friends. The true genius behind, I'm not denigrating Evo, is Alvaro Garcia Linera, the vice president. A good, you should invite him once, my God. A very good theoretician, and he has no illusions. For example, all that bullshit of let's return to pre-modern traditions, old tribal councils, old Latino American native wisdoms. He has no illusions. He told me, yes, we did this. We have tribal representatives in La Paz with the government. But he said this can also open up another path of corruption and so on and so on. They are very realist. That's the left that I like. At the same time, radical left. They do certain measures which hurt and so on and so on. But at the same time, pragmatic, but not in the sense of dirty compromises, but in the sense of this basic responsibility. They know we are now in power. People don't expect from us just big phrases and so on. They expect better life at everyday level and so on and so on. Because, I'm getting in my old age sick and tired of these big events like Tahrir Square, Syntagma Square, 1 million people on the street. Yeah. My question is, what happens the morning after when this drunkenness with big events is over? How do ordinary people feel the change when things return to normal? Don't you agree that this is the crucial test?
Absolutely. Well, not only is that the crucial test, a lot of those events which have been so inspiring and people have risked so much to do, they end up, this is the situation in some ways right now in Sudan. There's incredible physical bravery, extraordinary organizing. And then what happens is Bashir is gone. That's great. But essentially, it's a coup. Now, the people are smart enough and strategic and brave enough to stay on the street because they know it's a coup. But there still isn't that fundamental sort of shift.
And the model for this is, for me, for example, what happened with so-called Arab Spring in Egypt. Yes, they got democracy and they got Muslim brothers in power. And now all my friends are telling me the Sisi regime, the only thing I like about Sisi, it's his name, which indicates what he is. Sorry for the vulgarity. I never can resist
I was missing the vulgarity, actually. I was expecting more.
The Sisi regime, they claim, is even from the purely liberal standpoint of human rights debate, much worse than Mubarak. Under Mubarak, leftist opposition was allowed. There were some small, very critical, even Marxist journals, and so it was modest. But now the standard of living is lower. There is more poverty, and so on and so on. It's you see but now I will say a thing which will probably be problematic for you, maybe even. It costs me a lot when I say this. Let's not patronize so-called ordinary people. That's my problem with populism. I don't trust this old Maoist slogan, go to the people, mix with ordinary people. In Mao's case, this was farmers, learn from them, and so on. No, we are in such a complex, crazy situation that I'm not saying we intellectuals know it, but You will not get an answer simply from ordinary people. Take ecology. What to do? It's a big mess. We don't know what to do. We will not learn the answer simply listening to the ordinary people. I don't denigrate them. I respect them. But they are confused. They are at a loss. They lack orientation. And here, I'm saying this with certain arrogance, and I don't mean me. I mean, generally, I cannot do this. Namely, we intellectuals have to provide a vision. People need leaders, not in the authoritarian sense. I almost always emphasize this distinction. A true leader is not the one who knows better than you what do you want. A true leader is the one who makes you aware of what you are able of your freedoms. The true leader's message is, yes, you can, but not in the Obama sense.
I was going to say.
Yes, yeah, you can reach.
You want to revise Obama for the modern age.
Yeah, but you know what was the truth of Obama? Do you remember that wonderful play with words? How yes we can became yes we can through scanning and so on.
You just watched a Michael Brooks show video. Subscribe to get them all. Why wouldn't you? Don't be foolish. Click subscribe below and become a patron as well. Patreon.com/TMBS. Thanks, everybody.